Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. We are diving headfirst into some fascinating and honestly kind of confronting source material today about the single most valuable asset we have, time. We're going to break down exactly how to stop overthinking, how to overcome the ultimate lie of I'll do it later, and the secret to taking immediate action to reclaim your life. So let's just get right into it because, well, the clock is already ticking. Right off the bat, I want you to ask yourself a seriously uncomfortable question. Am I really living or am I just existing? It's heavy, right? I mean, we all say we want success and a life that feels deeply fulfilling, but look at what we're actually doing today. If we're just endlessly scrolling feeds or making up excuses, we might literally just be sleepwalking through our own lives. Let's use this explainer to finally wake up. And waking up is urgent, because here's a brutal truth from our source material. You are not killing time. Time is killing you. Let that sink in. Every single time we say, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow, or we hit that snooze button, and let's be real, we all know the guilt of that third snooze, we aren't just wasting an hour. We are actively trading away pieces of our future. The real trap here is how entirely harmless it feels in the moment. Today, you're just scrolling. Tomorrow, you just hit snooze. Next year, you're still waiting for that perfect moment. But 10 years down the line, that all compounds into this sharp, massive regret. Waiting for someday pretty much guarantees that someday's never actually going to arrive. So we literally have to eliminate the word later from our vocabulary. Our source bluntly calls I'll do it later the true voice of laziness and fear. When we say we'll do it later, it almost always means we just don't want to do it at all. The people who actually go out and claim their dreams, they're the ones who act right now, even when they're absolutely terrified. All right, let's move on to section 1, the comfort zone, a silent killer. It is totally natural to want to feel safe and comfortable, but comfort, it silently suffocates our potential. The source uses this great metaphor of a seed. If a seed stays buried safely under the soil, sure, it's completely protected, but it never becomes a tree. To actually grow, it has to break through the dirt and face the harsh elements. True growth only happens way outside of your comfort zone. Which brings us to a massive hurdle for so many of us, overthinking. The overthinker watches 50 videos, makes 100 perfectly color-coded plans, and then never starts. It's like reading a dozen books on how to swim but refusing to actually get in the pool. Contrast that with the action taker. They jump in, start scared, fail proudly, and just build momentum along the way. And all that overthinking and fear, it comes from within. The text highlights this internal war using the classic two wolves concept. Every single morning, there's a battle inside you between the lazy wolf who seeks comfort and naps, and the hungry wolf who seeks growth and is ambitious. Your ultimate enemy isn't the economy or your boss. It's just a matter of which wolf you decide to feed that day. And sometimes, we feed the wrong wolf just to appease other people. The source shares this story about a guy named Nick. Nick is super smart, incredibly ambitious, but he's completely miserable, stuck in a 9-to-5 job he hates, all because it's what society expects of him. Living to fulfill other people's expectations is literally a permanent prison for your own dreams. Let's look at how to break out of that prison in section 2, the solution, willpower and immediate action. If overthinking is the disease, our source offers this fascinating, strict cure. Think for exactly 10 minutes and then act for the next 10 hours. That's it. Success does not come from endless planning. It comes from physical momentum. You gotta shut down the overanalysis and just let your hands and feet move. Now, you might be wondering, how do I take action when I really don't feel like it? Well, that is the exact definition of willpower. Doing the right thing even when your feelings are screaming no. Here is a hard truth we need to accept. Motivation is totally temporary. If you wait until you feel ready, you're handing your future over to a random mood swing. Willpower is a muscle, and it only gets stronger with daily training. So let's train that muscle right now with some rapid-fire, actionable lifestyle changes. Write down a daily plan. Cut exactly 1 hour of social media starting today. Yeah, I know that one stings, but use that time to actually build your life. Intentionally do something uncomfortable every single day. Stop using your phone after 10 p.m. Simply put, starve your distractions and feed your focus. And as you build up this crazy focus, you absolutely must avoid the most toxic trap of the modern age, comparison. You've got to stop comparing your messy 24-hour behind-the-scenes struggles to someone else's perfectly curated 15-second highlight reel. You do not see the failures or the breakdowns hidden behind their success. Your only real competition is who you were yesterday. You also have to fiercely protect your vision from getting derailed by bad advice. If your goal is to build a house, you don't ask a guy living under a broken roof, right? You ask an experienced builder. If you want to start a business, don't take advice from an uncle who has worked a safe 9 to 5 his whole life and never taken a risk. Only take directions from people who have actually walked the path. And whatever you do, do not wait around for the world to give you permission. J.K. Rowling was rejected 12 times before Harry Potter was ever published. Imagine if she had just waited to be picked by someone. The most successful people approve of themselves first. You have to write your own name on the opportunity and force the world to notice you. Look, I know a lot of us watching have gone through unseen strolls and a lot of quiet pain. But the source outlines a really powerful path forward here. First, acknowledge your survival. You made it through. Second, reframe all that suffering as raw fuel and discipline. And finally, rebuild yourself. Your past failures, they are the exact raw materials you need to build a much more powerful version of yourself. Let's distill all of this into a bit of a tough love reality check. Accept that you are not a victim. Stop waiting to be saved because, spoiler alert, nobody is coming to save you. But honestly, that is your greatest superpower. It means you are completely free to fight like hell for your own dreams. Demand more from yourself. Stop expecting life to be easy and take one major risk today. Which leaves us with one final lingering question. Why now? You've seen exactly how the later lie destroys your potential. We know the perfect time is a miss. Every single second you delay, your dreams fade just a little bit more. So really, what is your excuse? Stop overthinking, reclaim your life, and take that very first step right now. Thank you so much for exploring this material with me on today's Explainer, and I will see you next time.